Om Sri Lakshmi Narsimhaya Maha. Valmiki Ramayana, Kishkinda Kanda, Chapter 16. Vali goes out to fight Sugriva. Summary. Vali, dismissing Tara's words, who is dissuading him not to confront Rama, starts out to fight out Sugriva. A ghastly fight ensues in which Vali depletes Sugriva's strength by the boon and Indra's chest plate, and thus Sugriva seeks Rama's help. Rama shoots his arrow, which hits Vali on chest but does not render him dead immediately. Thus, that great, mighty, and unassailable Vali is brought down to ground. Chapter 16 in detail. While Tara, with a face that shines like the Lord of Stars, is speaking, thus Vali dauntingly spoke to her with these words. He is an younger brother and an advisory in particular. O pretty-faced Tara, can I by any reason tolerate him when he kept raving on fanatically? Tell me. To those valiant ones who neither give ground nor get assailed in wars, O shyly endurance of a overweening war whoop is more than death. I am incapable of withstanding that dumbly Sugriva's bawling commotion, desiring a brawling duel. Also, you need not bother about Raghava doing some harm to me, as I wonder how a diligent man and knower of virtue can commit sin. How do you follow me again? You return with all these females. Truly, you have expressed your friendliness owing to your devotion to me. You may do away with your perplexity, as I will retaliate Sugriva on my going there only to drive him and his arrogance out, but without letting his lives loose. As he is firmed up for a combat, I will indeed have to effectuate what his desire is, by caning with trees and fist fights, by which rugged up he returns. My nerve and pace of combat will be insufferable to that maligned-minded Sugriva. O Tara, you have offered your helping suggestion, and you have shown all your friendliness to me. It is enough. I adjured you on my lives. Return with your followers. I shall return to you on easily defeating and returning that brother of mine, said Vali to Tara. She, that pleasant articulator and talented Tara, then hugged and circumambulated Vali, suppressing her moaning as a honor to the braver. Then she who is hypnotist, that Tara has performed a hymeneal born voyage wishing trump to Vali, and entered palace chambers along with other females, disoriented by her own sadness. On Tara entering her own palace chambers along with other females, Vali emerged out of the city, hissing like an infuriated great snake. He, that highly rancorous Vali, suspired with high audacity and spread his sight everywhere, intending to sight his enemy. Then the celebrated Vali saw Sugriva, who is in golden ochre hue, whose girdle cloth is tightened for a fight, and who is with an air of self-confidence blazing like fiery fire. That strong-armed Vali, who is highly provoked, has also tightened his girdle cloth on seeing proximately available Sugriva. He, that formidable Vali, strongly tightened his girdle cloth too, and proceeded towards Sugriva in a well-timed manner, uplifting fists to fight him off. Even Sugriva has come at that imprudent Vali with golden pendant, on tightening his fists, lifting them up at the ready and aiming them well at Vali. Vali spoke this word to that Sugriva, who is swooping down on him, whose eyes are reddened in fury, and who is an expert and expeditious in fighting. Properly clenching fingers, this great fist of mine is firmly clenched, and it will unclench only on taking your lives, when I pitch this on you at full speed. So said Vali, threatening to Sugriva. Thus said Sugriva with high dudgeon said, This fist of mine shall fall on your forehead, plundering your lives. Coming near instantaneously, Vali hit him, whereby Sugriva is enraged and became like a mountain streaming blood in its torrents. But Sugriva unhesitatingly uprooted a sala tree with his force and trashed the limbs of Vali, as with the thunderbolt trashing a great mountain. But Vali, when thwacked with sala trees, has staggered and looked like a tossing ship in an ocean filled with heavy weight of merchandise and brimming with merchants, but on the brink of wreckage. Those two, Vali and Sugriva, with their sensational energies, trumping zeal, frightful physics, swiftness as good as a divine eagle Garuda, vigilance in exploring perilous body of parts of one another, ravagement of their own enemies, fought frighteningly, like the sun and moon in the sky, which is inconceivable. But Vali, being the possessor of might and vigor, possessed, and though greatly mighty, is son of son, Sugriva regressed. Sugriva became retardant in aggression when Vali routed his pride, and then he started searching for Raghava to counteract Vali. Among those two, there happened a deadly fight time and again, using trees with branches, peaks of mountains, their own nails that are similar to the razor sharp edges of thunderbolts, and with fists, knees, feet, and arms, like the fight that once chanced between Demon, Vritra, and Indra. Those forests moving Vanaras that are soaked in blood have gone on clashing, threatening each other like two clouds clashing uproariously. Raghava has then seen the Lord of Monkeys Sugriva, who is repeatedly eyeing all sides for help, and who is even deteriorating in his enterprise. On seeing that Lord of Monkeys Sugriva in a forlornness, then the affluent and fearless Rama scanned for an arrow aiming to eliminate Vali. Then, on tautening a venomous serpent-like arrow in the bow, Rama started to draw out bowstring, whereby that bow attained a similitude with the timed disc of the Terminator. At the blast of bowstring, the lordly birds and animals are panicked, like those that will be startled by the approach of era ending, and they all fled. The arrow released by Raghava that has the boon of thunderbolts thunderclap, and the flashes of a lightning fell on the chest of Vali, hit by the fleetness of that arrow. Then that highly magnificent and intrepid lord of monkeys, Vali, fell on the plane of earth, like the flag that will be raised in honor of Indra during the month of Ashwini on a full moon day. But thrown onto earth along with its flagstaff after the festival, Vali, with depleted energy and dissipated vitality, slowly fell onto ground, and with tears blocking throat, he moaned piteously. That best one among men, Rama, released a blazing and enemy-subjugating arrow, which is like an epoch ender at the end of era. And that best arrow, decorated in gold and silver, looked like the glance from the third eye of Rudra, emitting fire with smoke. That Indra's son Vali, dampened with blood and sweat, then looked like just felled Ashoka tree which has stemmed up and so far standing high on mountain with full bloomed cluster of its blood red flowers. And when his anima is undone, he even looked like the flagstaff on which a flag is raised in honor of Indra, but which is altogether dislodged and abandoned on the ground. Thus, this is the 16th chapter in Kishkinda Kanda of Valmiki Ramayana, the first epic poem of India. Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.